Welcome back to Inside Alli Sports. Some of the world's best pro surfers came to Manly Beach in Sydney for the ASP 6-star stop, the Australian Open of Surfing. This was the inaugural year for the festival, which also included live musical performances and the Pro Beach Bowl skate competition.
With world rating points and thousands in prize money on the line, the elite of the men's ASP came to prepare for the World Tour, and they were expecting a tough competition. What they weren't expecting was a virtual unknown, a 17-year-old Aussie named Matt Banting, winner of the Pro Juniors competition, to step up and grab the victory in the 6-star division.
I'm so wrapped. I'm so happy right now. It's the best feeling I've ever had. I'm so stoked.
Rest assured, Banting had to work for his money, averaging 2 heats a day for a week, leaving heavy hitters like Adrian Buchan eliminated in the quarterfinals. Banting battled hard in the final against American Evan Geiselman, with both young surfers pulling out all the stops in the small surf. Banting used waves to his advantage, focusing on massive air reverses that posted some big scores in return. The Australian was more than happy to claim the $25,000 prize and 3,500 world ranking points.
Sounds quite nice. While the top seeds on the men's side were out by the semifinals, in the women's division, it was exactly the opposite. Hawaiian Tour rookie Malia Manuel was up against former world champion Sofia Milanovic from Peru, while Sally Fitzgibbons took on fellow Australian Laura Enever.
In the final, it was Fitzgibbons, still recovering from a broken wrist, sustained surfing Tabarua in the off-season, facing off against Sofia Milanovic. The Aussie timed her turns to perfection and was rewarded by the judges for her ability to effortlessly link turns. She edged out Milanovic, taking home the well-earned $8,000 check.
I'm here from the beach, and it's just the most unbelievable feeling.
This is definitely going to give Sally a jolt of confidence going into the Roxy Pro.
Yes.
With 4 new surfers on the Women's World Tour and competition in 2012 expected to be the toughest in ASP history, what do athletes have to do to prepare? We caught up with 4-time world champion Steph Gilmore to get her inside take.
Don't think I forgot. Yeah. Listen, positive over negative. Because I do believe in positivity. Positive over negative.
So 2011 was the first major injury that I'd ever had.
4 times world surfing champion Stephanie Gilmore has been attacked at her home in Tweed Heads.
I'd learnt a lot about myself, a lot about my body and sort of overcoming injury. You know, there was lots of hurdles and all kinds of things going on, and there wasn't too much surfing. We had about 6 months of non-stop events. It's back-to-back, it's full on, and then we had 6 months of time off. In my eyes, it was sort of like I learnt so much in 2011, but I just sort of, the whole year was about taking the time to re-energise for 2012. My biggest threat on tour has definitely changed from when I got on the tour in 2007. It was sort of the older girls like Chelsea Hedges and Sofia Milanovic and Silvana Lima, but now it's so quickly, it's just transformed into this attack of the rookies. Carissa Moore, Sally Fitzgibbons, Tyler Wright, Lakey Peterson. All of the rivalries and all of the threats are these young girls, and I feel like I can really be a part of pushing those boundaries with these girls. I just hope it's barreling. I just want to see all the girls perform in barrels. I think that has really yet to be shown to the world, the female surfing, and I think that Snap is a perfect place to do it because you can mix it in with manoeuvres and stuff. So it's really cool. You know, it's so exciting to be a part of that movement and that generation of girls coming through, because I feel like I'm right there with those young girls, which is exciting for me. I think at different levels in your career, your level of hunger changes, and it's sort of, I think you draw your inspiration from different things. At some stages you're drawing that hunger from a loss, like you'll lose an event and then you just get so hungry to want to just be that winner and be on the podium again, and you'll do whatever it takes to be the winner again. And then, you know, it can kind of change into another phase, which is what I'm in right now, which is a performance thing. Because I just love someone like Dane Reynolds, who goes out there and he is a performer. Kelly Slater has always been called the show pony.
Yeah, victory lap there for Kelly Slater. Congratulations. He made it out of that thing? Of course he did.
And it's a different type of hunger because you want to be the center stage. Basically, you want that spotlight to be on you when you're on that wave. Yeah, and in a weird little way, that's the hunger for me.
The top surfers have jumped from the Aussie Open over to the first World Tour event of the year, the Quicksilver and Roxy Pro at Snapper Rocks in Queensland's Gold Coast. 2011 ASP Women's World Tour champion Carissa Moore let her fans know she's on her way and pumped up to compete. She tweets, "Excited to join the madness, heading to Aussie land with Shane Beschen. Let's do this."
Yeah, I'd be excited too. The question is, will Superbank emerge at Snapper? The contest bank at Snapper Rocks has been eroded by the strong easterly swell from back in December, leaving a hole in the sandbank. No bueno. The man-made Superbank was created to build up the sandbank at Snapper by pumping sand from the Tweed River.
And if all goes well and the Superbank shows its face, surf fans are looking forward to the 2012 World Tour debut of 11-time world champion Kelly Slater, who's taken the victory at the Quicksilver Pro 3 times. With questions about whether or not he'll commit to the season full-time, everybody will be watching his performance at Snapper. So who's gonna win the Quicksilver and Roxy Pro? Tweet us your prediction at #Inside Alli Sports.
With a 23-year age range between the oldest and the youngest of the ASP Top 34, this may be the year where youth is definitely king.
That's right. On the heels of 17-year-old Matt Banting's win at the Australian Open and the performances of John Florence, Kolohe Andino, and Gabriel Medina, how do 40-somethings like Kelly Slater and 20-year tour veteran Taylor Knox compete?
It's tough.
Pat, you know something about being
I know how to
40-something.
being old, but surfing at that level, absolutely not. I salute the guys.
We went straight to the source and talked with Taylor Knox.
You know, coming up in the group that I was in, which is the so-called momentum generation, you know, with Rob and Ross and Shane and Kelly, it was kind of like everyone was good at their own thing, and I kind of felt like I gravitated towards being like a power surfer. You know, it really resonated to me as the type of person I was, and just how I wanted my surfing to look, really. I think these young guys are hugely benefiting from what they've seen over the last 10 years, and they've been able to kind of pick apart the best of certain guys. You know, there are certain guys that are, you know, a few years ago were just air guys, and you know, over time that just didn't, you just couldn't make it on that alone. You know, you got to have the rail turns and the airs at the same time. So, and then just, you know, where guys are at when they hit adversity. You really see what someone's made up at when they've been put down a couple times, and you know how they bounce back and how they can gather themselves, not only just, you know, on a public level, but on an emotional level, how they deal with, you know, the rigors of the tour. I think one of the biggest factors of, you know, my longevity in my career is I can narrow it down to basically just to do meditation through a mentor of mine, Ron Rathbun. I started working with him 10 years ago, and it blew my mind how simple it was, but how profoundly deep it went. You know, that cliche that the body follows the mind is I feel incredibly true. So if the mind is pretty messed up, you know, you can train all day long, but you're still going to be messed up at the end of the day. Relax and chill. I mean, I've been doing this too long to get hyped up about, you know what I mean? To like buy into, I've seen, like I said, I've seen coaches before, I've seen it all. 20 years on tour, I can't tell you the highs and lows and hills and valleys that you go through. And for me, it's about, I'm happy to go there. I'm happy to be in trunks. I'm happy, you know, to have a new year. I feel really good about where my boards stand right now and going into it. So I've got a lot to be relaxed for. I mean, that's the only reason that I've stayed, is just because it's been fun.
Taylor, you are the sensei of surf. Just keep it relaxed and balanced, and I will say one of the best cutbacks in the business. Buckets of water.
With age comes wisdom, and Taylor has a lot of that.
Rules on the wax, rules on the wax.
What did police do when they spotted Rex Floodstrom, a 40-year-old artist, poet, and avid surfer, ripping waves at Oak Street Beach in Chicago? Oh yeah, they quickly handcuffed him and threw him in jail for 4 hours, wetsuit and all.
Surfing is not a crime. I hope that people will be able to surf in Chicago, that there'll be more access in all beaches.
The offense, outdated laws similar to ones that Surfrider and others have helped to repeal at other Illinois breaks. The case even grabbed the attention of 11-time world champ Kelly Slater, who tweeted 4 hours in jail in his wetsuit, right? It's both hilarious and ridiculous. In the end, Floodstrom settled out of court agreeing to community service.